For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 16 of the Napoli career mode here on FIFA 17. We're almost halfway through the January transfer window, and we have a game against Pescara to start us off today, followed by a game in the Coppa Nazionale, or the Coppa Italia, against AC Milan. Now, there's a good week and a half there, a week and a half's worth of transfer window to be had in today's episode, and I've added a couple more names to the list as per your suggestions in the comments on yesterday's video. We have now added Suso to the shortlist for the potential right-sided midfielder role. We've also added Manuel Lanzini for the potential winger role, and Denis Suarez as well. He's down as a centre mid, but I'm familiar with him as a left-sided midfielder, so we'll have to wait and see what his scout report comes back as. Pretty sure he can play out wide as well, and indeed he can. So we'll have to wait and see what his stats look like. Other than that, we're as we were. We currently have a counter-offer in for Cajon with regards Barcelona potentially coming in for him. Hopefully they accept that counter offer and then we'll be able to go out and buy someone to replace him. Outside of that, I'm not thinking of doing anything else, although of course it depends how much money we've got left and where we believe we might need to improve. Maksimovic is on his way back from injury, but not yet at full fitness. So we'll start with Tonelli still in that centre-back pairing alongside Koulibaly, and they could play in yellow here, Pescara. We played them on the opening day and got a very good victory. Did we? Yeah, we won, didn't we, against Pescara? I think it was 2-0. And we'll try and do exactly the same here. It's going to be foggy, though, so conditions not the best. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel, too, to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. There'll be a Euro 2020 video later on this afternoon, so make sure you check that. And, of course, check the channel page for anything we've missed over the past few days. But without any further ado, let's go play Pescara. Nice tackle by Jorginho. Diawara will get it out to Jorginho again. Milik's leaving the field of play because of a knock. I'm going to play this through to Diawara, and this surely will be 1-0, and indeed is. But the worrying thing is that Milik is injured. Now, we've already lost Belotti for 3 months to an ankle injury, or broken ankle. And if we lose Milik as well, our transfer window plans might completely change again, as they already have once from that Belotti injury. Right, things are getting awkward in this window. It all depends on how long Milik is out for. Is he still sat on the sidelines? He is, although he's just got back to his feet, and I think hopefully is going to be looking to get back into the action. Keeping my eye on the referee a little bit, see if he waves him back on. He hasn't yet. Milik's still there, stood on the sidelines, but the referee still deciding not to let him get back in. You can see him stood there with his arm in the air, Milik, wanting to come back on. Referee yet not deciding he's allowed to. No, he has now just entered the field of play again. I just glanced down at the minimap to see him jog on. Memoshai here turning away from me well and actually getting a good ball into Campagnaro, into Giardino, and they've equalised immediately, Pescara. Well, they did have the better of the opening 10 to 15 minutes or so, but I'm disappointed to have conceded. To be completely honest, we're back at level terms, but at least Milik's back on the pitch, so we're back up to 11 players, and hopefully, oh, it's disappointing from the keeper, it really is. Hopefully, we can get ourselves back in front again. Over the top, Husay heads away, but Giardino gets there again. Goulam's pushed in essentially to try and get this off Cherry, and he's not done well enough. Jorginho lunges in and misses the ball. Giardino played the advantage here. Good block by Tonelli again. It's made a couple of those so far in this game. Corner for Pescara. We're under the cosh here. Playing very well, Pescara. I can't exactly remember how the first game of the season went. I think it was pretty comfortable, to be fair, but they're definitely playing better than I remember them playing in that first game. Anyway, Pescara here. You can see the way they're pinging the ball about with confidence. They're mid-table and not really doing much this season. I think they were 14th, as the table showed leading into the game, but they're playing much, much better than their league position implies. Memoshai will take this corner on the far side. They've had a number of corners already, and it's going to drop there. Koulibaly can't get it away properly, but now, thankfully, at the second attempt he can. Biraghi, though, does well to win that back. Koulibaly with the tackle, but it's still Pescara come forward. Gulam finally gets the ball away. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Right, counter-attack, maybe. I want that defender to close me down, and he hasn't. I wanted to get that into Mertens. Milik's made a good run. Poke that there for for Jorginho, but unfortunately not able to get there. Although he's won the ball back. This is scrappy, at best, from Napoli here. I really need to improve if we want to get ourselves a victory from this. We'll give that to Jorginho. Why do I keep calling Jorginho? Giardino. Milik's gone down there and the referee has pointed to the spot. They've gifted us the chance to go back in front just before half-time. Was it a push in the back there from Hugo Campagnaro? And there was a trip. Just a mismatch of ankles there. There wasn't really too much of an intent to tackle, but Milik will step up and hit the post and miss. Great. Well, we'll stay at 1-1 then. Milik. Cross there to Jorginho. Space here for Mertens. Now, please whip this into the top corner. Thank you, Dries Mertens. You've turned up at last. It's been a couple of games, if not a couple of episodes, since Dries Mertens actually did something properly for us. And that is an exquisite finish. Absolutely sensational finish, actually. Whipping it into the far top corner. He actually did exactly what I wanted him to do there. We lead again, 2-1. Gulam will drive inside, try and draw that defender towards me, which nearly worked. Insigne will have the acceleration to get away from him, though, and we'll look for Hamsik, who's onside here. Marek Hamsik, that is an extremely well-worked goal. Lorenzo Insigne making the I'll try that again. Lorenzo Insigne making the difference off the bench. Great run by Hamsik. The two wing-backs played him onside and then able to just calmly slot home. Marek Hamsik, still one of our highest-rated and best performers in the club, and proving so yet again. Here's Benali into Biraghi. Strike from distance, good save. Pepe Reina. Oh, it looks as if it was further towards the corner than initially it may have looked. Pepe Reina with a smart stop to keep the scoreline at 3-1. Our two-goal advantage remains intact. He's given that straight to Marek Hamsik. Thank you. We'll dink that for Mertens to run onto. And there's nobody down the pitch. So as long as Mertens can get away from Bovo here, surely we're going to make this 4-1. I'm waiting for the man to arrive alongside me. And finally, Keohon is there. 4-1 with 10 minutes to go. This game has been a lot more difficult than the scoreline might well suggest. But I'm delighted by the fact that we're 4-1 up, because I do not deserve that in the slightest. Jorginho intercepts that, and we've played Insigne in behind. Racing away here, perhaps looking for a fifth. Don't deserve a fifth, but we are going to get one. Keohon there again with his second goal of the game, both of which were absolute tap-ins. I can't believe I'm 5-1 up in this game. I don't deserve this at all. The referee will blow his final whistle almost certainly immediately after kickoff. And indeed has done, but I want to show you the match stats. I'm pretty sure they had more chances than me in that game. They did. Oh, that is the story of the game. The amount of shots and chances created by both sides. The scoreline completely means nothing in that one other than we get 3 points. Don't know how I've done that at all, but I'll take a 5-1 victory. Let's head back to the transfer window. The word on Milik's injury is that he's out for 3 weeks, which is frustrating, but not bad enough so that it warrants us changing our transfer plans. I think everything is going to stay as it was. Barcelona don't want to give me what I asked for counter-offer-wise. They've offered me 18. I think I counted, what, 30? If they could give me 26, I'd be very happy. I'd probably accept anything 23 and upwards, to be completely honest. Anything 23 and upwards. And then once that deal has gone through, yeah, that's fine. Not worried about Alejandro Gomez. Once that deal has gone through for Keohon, we can then seriously start chasing a new right-sided midfielder. Barca will give me 20.5. So I'd accept at 23 or higher. I'll ask for 23. If they give me it, deal done. If they don't, I'll use Keohon as make weight in another deal to just basically swap him for someone else. We'll see what Barcelona say. It's a press conference coming up for the Coppa Italia match. And, oh, scout report on Suso. Okay, 82 rated overall. Actually faster than I thought he was going to be. Suso looks like he could be a genuine option. Okay, that's good. We've got a number of really good choices. Unfortunately, the only thing is that I am the most indecisive man in the world. So, whilst I have a number of choices, I'm going to struggle to actually make that choice. Training has been going well, though, for a number of players. Diawara is now 80 rated. That happened in the last week of training. Pulisic getting close to 78 rated. Johnny's still growing really well. Pleased with how the squad is coming along, to be honest, with regards to players that are already here. And hopefully that one of those two MLs is Barcelona accepting the 23 million, which indeed it is. So they're going to go ahead and match that. Chiriches wants to play against Milan, so I'll put him on the bench and then maybe call him on. Actually, when's the next game after this? We've got a decent amount of time. Right, well, I'm going to have to take Milik out. So we will start Mertens at striker and Insigne will come back into the starting 11 on the left-hand side. We'll swap Milik out for Rog. And we'll head into this game against AC Milan in the Coppa Italia and hope to come away with another victory. Lovely ball down the line here for Jared De La Feu to race onto, and well, he's a little bit quick, isn't he? And Koulibaly just did enough there against Carlos Bacca to stop him from scoring, or at least getting a header off on target. Pepe Reina also stops Bonaventura because my outfield play wasn't good enough to stop him. Corner to come in from Giacomo. What can he do with it? Whipped in. Underneath that is Pasalic, but it's a comfortable save for Pepe Reina, despite the fact that he made it look a little bit more extravagant. I just can't catch Jared De La Feu. Oh, what a cross! Oh, jeeps! How has that not been an own goal? I cannot cope with De La Feu's pace down that right-hand side, and they know it as well. That cross was disgustingly good. And, well, the defender did enough, evidently, but very nearly scored an own goal. It's probably the closest I've come to scoring an own goal with that sort of clearance before. Dries Mertens has gone up the other end and brushed the side netting, unfortunately. But still, chances at both ends, and how that wasn't an own goal, I've no idea. Good tackle by Jorginho, and then by Hamsik. And, oh, I didn't see Abate there initially when I was looking to Insigne. Just drifted into the picture, but we'll find Hamsik here, and this surely has to be 1-0. Full faith there in Marek Hamsik that he was going to bury that into the back of the net. Didn't put too much power on it, just picked the spot and brushed it home. His runs from deep are superb. He's the Slovenian Frank Lampard, I think is what we'll call him. Really good finish. Keeper slow to get down, actually, there, Donnarumma. Although he is a big guy. We'll take it. 1-0 Napoli. Out to Gulam. Go this way to Insigne and then just try and hold off De La Feu. They've got so much pace on their right-hand side of defence and midfield with the Abate and De La Feu that it's kind of null and void trying to do anything on that side of the pitch. Cahill with a good turn. Is he going to score his last game for Napoli? No, he's not. At least not yet. Corner to come in from Marek Hamsik, who I mistakenly said Slovenian earlier on, and he is Slovakian. I always get he and Handanovic mixed up. It's Handanovic that's Slovenian and Hamsik is Slovakian. And I always presume that or I always remember them being the other way around. And because I always remember making that mistake, I always then still make that mistake. And they've gone and equalised on the hour mark. Montalivo was waiting for the ball across the box, so went to block it off, putting faith in my keeper to save it. It's near post. And my keeper didn't save it, it's near post. So Napoli equalise. Because at number 5 there in the middle, I think I was waiting for him to square it to him. So Pepe, I mean, it's just not good enough. You put faith in your keeper at his near post like that and he lets you down. Okay. Got options. Tried to kind of tempt them to go out wide there because I felt more comfortable with them going out wide. I tucked in narrow to make sure they went wide rather than playing the ball through the middle into the box. But the cross from out wide was pinpoint, and there was a defender in the way, and I tried to clear it, and he just went with the wrong leg. He tried to cut it out with his left. Either the cross was just that good that the defender couldn't get near it, or he got his technique wrong when trying to clear the ball. And from 1-0 up, in the space of 6 minutes, we've conceded 2. Great. Well, we are now behind. Crazy's come on to make his debut here for Napoli. Come on for Insigne on the left-hand side, and Zielinski has come on for Jorginho. We'll have to wait and see if either of those changes can make the difference in this game. Dries Mertens played in. Oh, and he's round the defender, and we are instantly not going to equalise. Dries, please. You are making this incredibly painful for me. Back up. On the run. Nice tackle by Tonelli. Comfortably done. Very, very good, Tonelli. He's only 80 rated, but he's been superb. Absolutely brilliant this season. And he's going to hold on to that first team spot ahead of Maksimovic when Maksimovic comes back from injury. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Mertens will pull this back in, and we are level again. Zielinski with the goal. Mertens with the assists. Obviously missed a gilt-edged opportunity earlier. Absolutely gilt-edged, but really nicely swept home there. Right, 2-2. Game on again with, what, 15 minutes to go? 14 minutes to go. And I don't know what the rules are in the Coppa Italia. If we're drawing, I don't know whether it goes to a replay or extra time. I guess we'll find out in due course. Suso inside to Montalivo. Quickly to Bertolacci. Through to Gomez. Shot blocked, but it's shot straight to Bonaventura, who shoots wide. Brilliant chance. Absolutely superb opportunity for them, but they've not taken it. Lapadula has just come on for Carlos Bacca, so their big name striker has gone off. Let's see if that actually affects the outcome of the game. Craitie will look to turn inside here. He's doing brilliantly. This is a wonderful run and still going, and will poke it out wide. He didn't quite reach the man, and Craitie bumped off it there. That was a superb run. It's the first time I've gone for a dribbling run with him like that since he's come on and since we signed him. And actually, that was very impressive. And Zielinski will poke this through. Dries Mertens, who's in behind now, to maybe win it for us. Yes. With 3 minutes to go, Dries Mertens, I just need to keep finessing it with him. Drilling it low isn't working. I need to finesse with Dries Mertens, because clearly that is the way that he finishes his chances. Well, we were 1-0 up, then we were 2-1 down, and now we're 3-2 up again. There were 6 goals in the first game. There have been 5 in this one, and there's still time to make it 12 overall for the episode if Milan can find an equaliser, or I can really put the game to bed to make it 4-2. Craitie with the run. Back through there to Diawara. We might well make it 4-2 across. It's reached Mertens. We have made it 4-2. I can't quite believe that this has happened in both of these games. There have been 6 goals in each. We have scored 9 of the 12 and conceded 3. It's actually a decent finish there at the near post. Keeper wasn't sure whether to go to his left, which is obviously what Zielinski did with his goal, sweeping it across, and Dries Mertens buried that in at the near post. His second in 2 minutes, and that is this tie done and dusted. Milan 2, Napoli 4. We're going through to the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia. Although Suso might make it 4-3 before the end of the game. Whoa! Montalivo tried his best, but that was a wild finish, and there's the final whistle. It's a 4-2 win. Again, not entirely too sure I deserve that. Extremely even game, but we were clinical with our shots on target again. And Inter Milan win 1-0 against Fiorentina. So they're through to the semis, and the other side of the draw hasn't been made yet. Or hasn't been played yet, should I say. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Now, there's only a week or so left of the transfer window, and I'd like to get the Cajon deal confirmed sooner rather than later. And players sold. Right, so let's see what we've got left in the transfer budget. So we know exactly what we've got heading into the next episode. The transfer budget stands at, well, actually, I can probably quite drastically move that across this way. It stands at 30 million. So we have around about 30 to 32 million available to spend on a winger. Now comes the decision. Who the hell do I buy? Balde Keita? Suso? Lucas was actually very popular in the comments, I have to be honest. Very, very popular suggestions from you guys. Asensio still has my fancy. Bruma looks like he'd be very effective for a cheap price. Arnautovic's also only 17 million, although I'd probably go with the extra pace of Bruma, although strength and physicality goes in hand with Arnautovic all told. Lamar still looks like he could be very, very good. Denis Suarez, we're waiting for stats back from him. He looks like he could be half decent as well. And Bernardo Silva, although players like Bernardo Silva and Asensio might just be out of my price range. And similarly with Lucas, unless I can offer someone else it was make way, but I don't really want to let anyone else go. Let me know in the comments section of those people on the shortlist who I should sign. You can see how late I was up last night recording. Saved the Cambridge United series at 2:30, and then after saving it there, that was when I finished recording, then went to edit and render and upload the video. It was a late one last night, but Napoli, this one now, we will leave it here for today, and then we'll be back with this series on Tuesday. Tomorrow will be episode 1 of season 6 of the career mode Road to Glory, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that. And what does the league table look like, out of curiosity, at this particular stage? We have a game in hand on a couple of teams, and we could go above Roma should we win that game in hand, and within a point of Inter Milan as well. So hopefully we can win that game in hand, and I think it's going to be this one against Palermo midweek. We'll find out in the next episode. I'll see you then.